Hello. Welcome back to Heroes Power Comic Club. I really hope I don't get a copyright claim for that video, but we'll see, I guess. It's better to ask for forgiveness than beg for permission, right? Well, we're going to bring on our guests here one at a time. We have all the way from the golden state of California, my co-host with the Twin Towers. We're the Twin Towers of disaster, the master of disaster himself, Big Jeff. All right. Well, okay, he's turned into Michael Dudikoff on us all of a sudden. All right. And we got one of my newer friends, or I don't know, I guess we're friends by now. We got Mark from Destro is my spirit animal here.
Hello.
And good to see you. I'm glad you showed
up. We're friends.
And then we got my homie from NYC, Fable Station, brother.
Station.
All right. And we got W Boggs 18s in the house.
Hello there.
Hello. Oh, hello, Obi-Wan. And then we got my homie Chad, Mental Health Collectibles from the great state of Michigan. So, guys, I'm glad we got everybody here tonight for this one. We're a little quick overview of the movie. We got this movie was filmed in 1987, but according to Wikipedia, I don't know if this is true. This movie was supposed to come out first before Transformers, and there was some kind of production delay or something. So Transformers came out first, and then after what happened with Optimus Prime, was traumatized thousands of 10-year-old kids across the country and the world, maybe. They decided, well, maybe Duke shouldn't die, although they'd already had that in the can. So you'll see that. We'll talk about it, like, because there's a scene, like the scene you see in the intro. It hits him right here. He gets hit right here, and like he dies. But like and you notice they never show him like live. They just say Doc's like, hey, Duke's out of the coma. He's okay. So unfortunately, because the Transformers movie did not even make its money back, barely made its money back at the box office. It made the G.I. Joe movie was direct to video, unfortunately. So we did not get a theatrical release for this movie. It was directed by Don Jerwick, and almost every character to date makes an appearance in this film except for Stiller, Grunt, and Clutch, I think. I may be wrong, but I think it's because they go to an alternate reality, I think.
Yeah.
You reviewed that the other night. You were talking about that episode of G.I. Joe cartoon.
Yeah.
And also the cartoon debuted in 1983. It came out by Sunbow Animation, and they produced 95 episodes, and some Chuck Dixon wrote a lot of them, but even some comic book writers, because this is a comic book channel mostly. Marv Wolfman wrote some episodes of this series, and a few other writers. And the great Marv Wolfman. All right, and then we have also we'll go over this because there were some new characters introduced in this film, starting with Cobra-La, which we'll get into what, because Chuck Dixon said that he had come up with Cobra-La based on this book about a guy trying to find Shangri-La, and it was just a placeholder name. But then Hasbro saw it and said, "Oh, no, you got to keep that." And he's like, "Oh God, fuck my life." So that happened. But we had Pythonia, which but my favorite one of all of these, although I will get it, I'll tell you what I think about him in a minute. Okay, Nemesis Enforcer, because he looks like Archangel from X-Men. Then we got Galactus, voiced by Burgess Meredith. You feel like he's going to say, "You're a bum, Cobra Commander." And of course, we have the Imperial Guards, who fire some kind of weird, like, I don't know what they're firing out of those guns. But we also have the Roughnecks, the head idiot Roughneck. We got this guy who probably should have never been a Green Beret. Let's just be honest. And then the rest of them, we have Chuckles, Tunnel Rat. Fun fact: Tunnel Rat was kind of based on Larry Hama. And then we have Big Lob. I don't know. No, Art. Did they ever release a figure at that time of Big Lob? He was the only one they didn't have a figure of, right?
Nah, no figure for Big Lob until recently. Well, I think they had one in the Collectors Club, but yeah, there was no figure. Yeah.
And we got Jinx and Law and his dog Order, and of course Beachhead was the one calling the and we also had Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades. So we have an ex Cobra Viper Mercer. Yeah. Then we have an ex circus performer Taurus, and then Red Dog, who was an ex football player who was kicked out of the NFL for unnecessary roughness. And in the 1980s, that really meant something. So,
good point.
Also, before we start out, Larry Hama did not like the cartoons. He was not a big fan of them. I have a quote here from him. He said, "I was mighty honked about having been forced to kill off one of our favorite characters to make the continuity match up to all things Cobra-La. It was because of stuff like that I refused to watch any of the G.I. Joe animated material and still have not seen any of it." And he refused to put them in the comic books too. As far I believe it's the only time he ever really drew the line. And now Chuck Dixon had an interesting quote here. He says, "Ron Friedman had taken a crack at the first Joe screenplay, but Hasbro was not satisfied with the result. This is not a slam against Friedman, who is a terrific writer and has a list of impressive credits, but he just never seemed to fully grasp the military mindset needed for the show. I remember reading that script and thought, I can't remember a thing about it now. And the only thing I thought was salvageable from it was Nemesis Enforcer, Buzz Dixon." You can always count on Buzz Dixon to give you his 100% unfiltered opinion. So anyway, Jeff, we'll start with you. What are your overall thoughts and memories of G.I. Joe the movie?
Yeah, by the time this came out, I was all in for G.I. Joe. I loved the cartoon, and obviously I loved the toys. I collected all the figures, you know. So when I heard that they made this into a movie, I was all in. And you just said that it was never theatrically released; it was only released straight to television or DVD or whatever, you know, which is strange to me because I have like a whole memory of watching this movie in a theater. How does that work? Something's wrong up here, I guess. But maybe I got sucked in anyway. But
Multiverse,
yeah,
Mandela effect.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But as far as as far as elementary school aged Jeff watching this movie, I'm not looking for high art. I'm not looking for, to be or not to be. It was all of my favorite characters, all the cool vehicles I loved. I liked some of Cobra-La. Some of it I wasn't too keen on, but overall, I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Still do.
All right. I don't know. I seem to have had a memory like that too. It's like I remember a memory of Sinbad, the comedian, as in the movie about Sinbad. So, Mark, what are your overall thoughts of memories of this film?
So, basically, that's like a universal thing that everybody remembers having seen it in the theater. I remember having seen it in the theater when I posted in a video on it saying it never made theatrical release. At least 10 people were like, "I saw it in the theater, man. I know I did." So yeah, it's the Mandela effect, right? Yeah.
I still feel like I did. It's weird.
There's a bunch of those.
Yeah. I absolutely love the movie. I think, the opening is the greatest opening. It's like gorgeous. The animation's incredible. I didn't at the time Cobra-La. Cobra-La, I agree with you, man, that Cobra-La is like not my definitive origin story for Cobra. He's got to be a used car salesman. He's got to be like, I just don't like the real. I would go more realistic with it. When they make a Batman movie, they tend to go with a more realistic version of Batman rather than like the sillier one. I feel the same way. It's just like I just prefer the more realistic version. So I never but the design of Cobra-La is so good that I can't help but love it a little bit. And so, but I think the movie is fantastic. Yeah, I think it's it's got a good character arc because you have like Falcon, he's a complete asshole. And he goes from being an asshole to being, redeeming himself, after getting his brother basically killed. All that stuff is awesome. So there's a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah. Also, I really love like you said, the intro. That's hands down one of the greatest intros to anything I've ever seen. I think that would be I don't know, it'd be a good song to sample for like a hip hop song or something. That dun, 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 dun. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but that would be kind of cool. All right, Fable, what are your overall thoughts and memories of this film?
I love this film, man. This is definitely one of my childhood highlights. That's probably the kid stuff. I'm not the biggest GI Joe fan, but nobody can deny that intro isn't amazing. I mean, I think the whole freaking budget went into that
Yeah.
intro. To be honest with you, because the rest of the movie never really lived up to that scene. But I don't know, guys. I'm on the opposite fence of you guys. I loved Cobra-La. I thought Cobra-La was really fascinating. I maybe it's because I'm a sci-fi guy or something like that,
Mm.
science fiction and stuff. So giving them this origin where they're more than just a group of criminals, where it goes deeper, like they're more tied into the history of the planet and all this other stuff. I don't know. I just found it really interesting, and I love the design for Nemesis Enforcer, Python, and Globulus. I thought they looked freaking badass, and they're I don't know what they're called. They're soldiers with the damn
They're like the
swords.
Royal Guard. I think they're called the Royal Guard or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I just love that concept that it's like, they fight with jets and tanks and shit like that, and then Cobra-La has like these monsters, like these organic creatures that like double for their tanks and their planes and stuff like that. I loved all the shit that Pythona used, the all the little creatures, right? Like she pulled out some creature and threw it at the guy's face, or she squeezed this other creature and smoke came out of it and stuff like that. How
Oh,
she
and
used to fucking
she did show Serpentor her clam. So I'm just saying.
yeah. But I loved all that stuff, man. I love the snake shit she used to break the fence, right? So like she used
Yeah.
that shit and,
Like electric eel or something. Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
well, I just love that aspect of it. I'm not big on the comics for the whole car salesman thing. I'm not really too familiar with it, but I did love Cobra-La, and it's one of the reasons I love this movie so much. But yeah, I mean, as an adult, it's got a couple of pacing issues toward the end, I think. And I think also it's a more obvious, I don't know, toy sales kind of thing. Like that they're selling something because Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Scarlet, all my favorites. They're not even in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Comparison to Transformers, it does the same thing. I mean, this movie kind of follows beat for beat what that movie did in a lot of ways. But
Yeah.
at least in Transformers, your favorites kind of stuck around, right? Like the Dinobots were in there, fucking Jazz and Bumblebee. They all had parts in that film. But forget all that. This movie's still badass. It's still awesome, and I think it's a highlight of the GI Joe,
Yeah.
mythos and overall fandom. Man, love it.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, we're talking about the music. I guess we'll talk about it more later. But like this is from the cartoon. But that other music, dude, I always loved like their little interlude music, like when Cobra was coming or something, or like like all that different music. So I thought that was great. And the animation is, there's something about the animation style from the mid to late '80s. I think it's number one in my book. It's kind of like the comic books. Like there's something about it's like an analog sound or something. Because you see like a modern comic.
Yep.
And then you see like a 1980s comic. There's something different about the well, also Zatanna's not as great as G.I. Joe. She's cute, but all right. Well, first time you ever watched the movie. So what are your thoughts of this movie?
Yeah, it was cool. Of course, I'm a 90s kid, but I love Transformers and G.I. Joe. They're both fun properties. I had some of the small figures growing up. But yeah, it was cool. You got a lot of cool characters, and then you got introduced to some new characters, which was really cool. I love the Nemesis Enforcer, Pythonia, the other guy, I forgot what's his name?
Globulus.
Globulus. Yeah, like it was cool to see these characters introduced, and like it's a fun nostalgia movie. It's like it's It's probably main directive was to sell toys, but you know what? It's a fun animated movie. Not everything has to be live action, and yeah, yes, it was the first time me seeing it yesterday, but you know what? It, I felt like I was like watching it for the first time back then. So it was kind of a weird feeling. But yeah, overall, it's a fun movie. And it great animation. I love animated movies.
Yeah, me too. Here I am, almost 50 years old, and I'm still. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching cartoons in my 20s still, so
Dude, yeah,
on
shoot.
on the down low, of course. So thanks, Will. Chad? What are your overall thoughts of this movie?
I'm still watching cartoons. I watched this today, man.
Yeah.
I never
Uh,
stop.
yeah, exactly. And I never will, till the day I die. Um, I loved it, man. Yeah, I don't remember much about it. Uh, GI Joe was a favorite of mine, probably up until I got into superheroes and then fantasy and art and stuff. I kind of got more out of the military type stuff, but that was definitely a fascination of mine when I was younger. Um, and watching this again, man, I was just reminded, like, holy crap, the weird stuff we watched in the 80s. Like, yeah, I did like the Dark Crystal.
Secret of
It just goes on and on. It's kind of par, but I can see why Larry Hama wouldn't like this, with the fantasy aspect. But I'm with Fable. Like, I loved it. I love fantasy stuff and the kind of weird eco apocalypse thing that was going on. The character designs. It was fun. The voice acting was great. The characters in it was really good. So I had a good time, man.
Yeah. Also, some of the voice actors they got was like a kind of a for back then, especially the main guy. That's kind of a coup because he was still Don Johnson was still hot off the heels of. I guess he was still doing Miami Vice at the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty cool. They got
Burgess Meredith, man. Anytime I can hear that voice, I'm down.
Oh yeah, the original TV Penguin, right? So yeah,
Penguin.
it was Mick. We just reviewed the Rocky series like a couple of weeks ago here, like so we kind of did a deep dive on that. Like he's basically one of the best characters in the Rocky films. All right,
Yep.
so
He also,
go ahead.
he has a connection to GI Joe too. He was in the movie The Story of GI Joe, which is where GI Joe gets its name from.
Oh yeah,
It's like
we already kind of had a little connection to him. So that's interesting.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah. Overall, like y'all are saying, yeah, I have the same fond memories of this movie. I had it. My stepdad taped it for me on the VCR, and I wore that tape out. So like that's the only thing I can tell you about it. So and I would like have my toys out, and I would try to play along with what was going on, or I would make my own adventure. I remember even my toys. This has nothing to do with this movie, but I would like get one of my Inhumanoids, and he would be like the Predator, and then I'd have like a whole platoon of GI Joes that would get picked off by the Predator. Of course, Duke was like the last man standing most of the time, or one of the my favorites, or Snake Eyes. I always look at Snake Eyes. Although the lack of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes in this movie, because I know Snake Eyes in a little bit, it's kind of for me it kind of hurts, it kind of stings a little bit, but
Yeah.
but it's the way it was at the time. They were trying. Of course, what Hasbro's doing is making way for the new toys. That's basically what they're doing. So that's kind of like what it is with toy companies. Out with the old, in with the new, right? Well, anyway, Jeff, we're going to talk about a performance or like a character. What is that character that stands out to you? And I'll let you go first. What is a character that stands out to you? Maybe one of your favorites or favorites.
I think when I was younger, I was in the same boat as you. I was like, "Hey man, where's Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes? I want some ninja action." I've always loved Quick Kick. I've always loved Jinx. All the martial artist type characters. I love them. Even Firefly. I know he's more Saboteur, but those were like the cool ones to me. But now that I'm a little older and I've lived my life's path and had my experiences, my favorite character in the movie is Beachhead. Beachhead's my guy in this one because he's the one that's charged with taking these, kind of ragtag guys and Falcon and reminding them, getting them back into warfighter shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some discipline into them.
The only thing I will say about Beachhead, though, is someone that grew up in the South. That is not a real Southern accent.
Oh yeah,
but it's all good. I like how he gets so perturbed at
Tunnel Rat
Bob when they're going down the opposite.
Bobby De La Ghetto says Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat is right there. Tunnel Rat's right there, man. He's right there.
Absolutely. Mark, what is it? Some of your favorite characters in this movie?
So I think like one, Globulus, because Burgess Meredith, he just like holds nothing back, man. He is like, he's acting as if this was his next Oscar nominated movie. I mean, he just seems like he actually gave a shit. He cared, he just, every moment he just kills. And then I'm going to say Falcon, even though Falcon is like, you want to talk about a little bit, it's like, it's sort of a stupid character because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, there's no nepotism in the fucking Green Berets. You know what I mean? Like you can't get in the Green Berets because your brother is a G.I. Joe. You got to earn that shit. So that doesn't make any sense. But then what I love about it is you have in this movie, it's a kid's movie, was a lot of the like heroes in these old cartoons, they're really boring. Like they're boring. I think Duke is even kind of boring, but I think like when you take like everybody, Visionaries, He-Man, they're all boring people. And then in G.I. Joe, like some of them are boring, and a lot of them are assholes. Like Shipwreck is an asshole, he's a complete asshole. Yeah. And Falcon is just a piece of shit. He's a scumbag, He's like he not only does he bring a girl into a highly, guarded station to try to get laid, he sexually harasses Jinx.
Jinx,
yes,
slaps her ass. He literally slaps her ass.
Yeah,
you gotta love that.
You gotta love the '80s, man. It's awesome.
And of course, if you slap a girl's ass in Act 1 in a '80s movie, and she slaps you in Act 3, you're married.
Yeah,
exactly. Fable, what's a character you'd like to highlight?
My favorite character growing up when I was a kid, it was absolutely without a doubt Nemesis Enforcer. I thought Nemesis Enforcer was the coolest freaking Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's like what, 7 feet tall? That dude, he's got like freaking, he's jacked up. Jeff. Yeah, he's got wings. He's got fucking knives on his elbows. I love the guy, even though I never realized he doesn't talk in this movie. He just grunts through the whole movie. So yeah, that I would definitely say he's my favorite. And I still love him, man, because I try to get that classified figure of him, and man, that thing went up on the secondary market. It's gonna be a while till I get it.
Yeah,
it's just great character design.
Destro,
awesome
do you have this figure?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, yeah.
But you know what, man? Watching it on this watch through, I think I like Pythona a little better than Nemesis Enforcer. She's a badass, man, and she has.
And even for being bald, she's kind of hot.
Yeah. This whole break-in scene was dope, man.
Yeah. That whole sequence. That whole sequence was great animation.
Fire. Yeah. She caught up with Serpentor and stuff, and I love Python in this movie. So I might have to give it up to her, even though Nemesis is still, is in my heart.
Yeah.
I used to. Hey, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I used to run around the playground going, Cobra-La, la 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 la. Don't use the sound, man. I love doing that. But yeah, Python, I think I gotta go with her, man.
All right, Will, what's your favorite character? I think I know what he's going to
Nemesis
say.
Enforcer's up there, but I gotta go with Sergeant Slaughter. That guy's a badass. Dude, he leads a ragtag bunch of misfits, including Falcon and some ex-Cobra guys, and he's just a badass. And he just doesn't stand for shit, and he's like, he makes these guys work their asses off. For example, when Falcon gets introduced to him, he's like, oh, by the way, we're going to blah, blah, blah. And then Falcon's like, wait, do I have to walk there? And he's like, I suggest you run.
Yeah,
He doesn't give two shits. He's a
I
drill
like when he
instructor,
slapped
for
the shit out
God's
of
sake.
Falcon.
He doesn't give
he
two
does.
shits.
I think rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, he's just that badass army general, sergeant, drill sergeant. Like, he's like, who doesn't stand for shit. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Sergeant Slaughter.
Good pick. Good pick. Chad,
He
what's the
might have
character?
my favorite line of the whole freaking movie where he's like, "This is for the U.S. and he's just giving
Yeah,
elbows to
three.
Nemesis Enforcer.
For a minute there, I thought he was going to say this one's for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh, who would believe that later on he would betray his country for Iraq?
I know. That son of a gun.
But Chad, what's a character you'd like to highlight?
There's so many good ones. I mean, my first pick would definitely be Globulus, Merges Meredith. Like Destro was saying, man, he was swinging for the fences on that one.
Yeah.
Like, he was going for it. Beyond that, Roadblock, that dude was fun as hell. Like, the rhyming, and he was able to put aside his petty differences. Like, and when the spores infected Cobra Commander, like, that's how he got out. And my favorite line of the movie is what was it? I need to see clear so I can kick your rears. Like,
That's what I love about him. He's always speaking in rhymes, kind of like the DC character Etrick and the Demons. They're always speaking in rhymes. Like they should we should have a team up book with those two in comics or something. That's a good pick. That's a good pick because I love Roadblock. Probably one of my favorite Joes, really, of all time. But I have so many. I could name you like 20 right now off the top of my head, probably. I guess I'm going to have to go with. I don't know. I kind of want to go with. There's a couple I want to go with. One of them is Tunnel Rat. It's because he's kind of based on Larry Hama. His character file card, I'm pretty sure. Mark probably could correct me if I'm wrong. He grew up in the same neighborhood as Larry Hama. He was from the same neighborhood, I suppose.
Oh yeah, that might be true. Yeah, because he's from like New York somewhere. I remember. Right?
Yeah. And also, I got to give the chuckles for one reason. He tries to fire that missile, it doesn't work, so he jumps off and just picks a missile off the side of the vehicle and just throws it at the his tank. I'm like, I don't think that would ever work, but it looks kind of cool But like, I know a lot of my friends that I grew up with. I hate chuckles. I don't want to play with that toy. They don't. But I kind of.
And then he like dry starts the rotors too, right? He just pushes them to start them.
Yeah, and also he's hanging on the top of the helicopter. They would have got sucked up in the rotors and been cut into a million pieces. But ignore that for continuity's sake, I guess. I don't know. Was he voiced by Scatman Crothers?
Yes, sir.
I did not know that. All right.
Yep.
Also, the voice of Jazz on Transformers and Mr. Howler in The Shining. Although he has a bad fate in The Shining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, I guess I'll talk about. This is going to be. I'm going to turn it to a gooner for a second. Zorana in a bathing suit. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I mean, that's been like that and Baroness. Remember Baroness? That episode where Baroness is in a bikini, and there's like this weird, like out of context thing where Flint falls on top of her, and I've seen so many memes with that. I must have missed this episode of G.I. Joe, but yeah, it's definitely taken out of context. So there's a lot of great characters in this movie, and like I know Will was talking about Cobra Commander. He's like, "What's a man? What's a man?"
What's a man?
And like I kind of like the part where Roadblock, when he shows back up, the Joes are looking for him. They find him, and they just kind of ignore the fact that the big giant snake just in the Himalayas just slithered by. So they weren't even looking at the snake.
Do you have that clip
No, I don't have any clips for the night. But anyway, so there's a lot of great characters in this movie. And yeah, shout out to Falcon, voiced by John Johnson. Okay, now this is kind of where we're supposed to get into like if this is like a different kind of movie. I don't know if we we could probably go with this. So next part, I always talk about the style and the structure of the film. So I think we can do that with this one. Jeff, what do you think about the style and structure of G.I. Joe the movie?
I don't have a lot to say about it because this movie was just I don't know. It's kind of like a kid going to the store to get candy. I wasn't really. It's all just.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. It's for me. It wasn't like I was watching a movie. I was just getting a more polished, larger dose of the G.I. Joe cartoon that I love. That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely. That's probably the best way to put it.
So that's how I would explain it. And by the way, Scatman Crothers did not do the voice of Roadblock. I got my wires crossed there.
Okay.
There was a guy named
He was
Keen
Jazz.
Holiday. Yeah, he was Jazz.
He was Jazz.
The guy that did Roadblock is a guy named Keen Holiday. So my apologies, Keen. You're watching.
Now you're not allowed to talk anymore. You're going to set out the next couple of rounds. I'm just kidding. All right. Mark, what do you think the style and structure of this movie?
Oh, so I could talk about it for a while, probably, because I actually teach screenwriting, so it actually is pretty interesting, and I think it actually is a little deeper than most movies go, because it's a redemption arc. You got a guy who, is an asshole, and he goes. I'm trying to think of another, like I guess the first Iron Man's a redemption arc. Actually the first Doctor Strange, so there's a lot of redemption arcs, but it's pretty interesting. He goes from being just like a piece of crap, and he redeems himself, and he saves the day. So that's kind of cool, and that's a little complex for like a little kid's, TV show. The other thing, another interesting bit is that the whole Cobra Commander bit is a takeoff on the movie. I'm dropping the name here, but it's Sidney Poitier and what's his name? The guy who Tony Curtis. Thank you. Yeah, the Defiant ones, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, the takeoff on the Defiant ones. We have like two guys who hate each other and they're stuck together and they go on a little. So I just love that they're throwing in these weird little references, and they're doing this very cool redemption arc. Yeah, I think it's pretty great.
Yeah, I agree. Flavor.
Well, style, I think the style is fantastic, right? We already talked about the opening sequence. I mean, just all the shit going on in that sequence is amazing. Animation wise, but just like shots, where they're showing the paratroopers and you see all these like colorful circles in the air, and you know what I mean? Just beautiful stuff. Character design. I love the design of all the new characters, all of them, from head to toe. All the Cobra-La people, all of Sergeant Slaughter's renegade guys, the new recruits. I love the design of everything. Structure wise, I think it kind of loses a little bit of steam about right before the last battle. So I don't know. There's a pacing issue there where I just kind of fall off a little bit, where I'm like, and then we pick back up, and you know what I mean? We're back in Cobra-La, and shit's going down, and it's back to where it is. I can't really pinpoint what happens here, where I always lose steam. Even as a kid, I remember losing steam kind of towards the end. But other than that, I mean, I think it follows the beats it's supposed to follow, right? Introduce these new characters, let them all prove themselves. We got a new threat that we have to conquer, and with the help of these new guys, we win the day. So yeah, no, I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, and there's also kind of a with the Roughnecks. Would I be far off base by saying there's kind of a Dirty Dozen kind of like feel to it a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Except they're not convicts, but they're just like the worst of the worst. Like we got Jinx came. She has to be blindfolded to really be effective as a fighter. So sometimes, but it's really interesting. I don't know. I really like I thought it was structured pretty well. Maybe the ending might be a little bit off pace there, but I don't know, it gets everybody where we're going. It gets you where you're going, where we're wanting to go with the movie. Will, what do you think of the style and structure of this movie?
Just like what everyone said. All I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay, short but sweet. Chad, what do you think?
I think the style is great. Like you guys have said, you pointing out the animation. Like I kept just amazed how great this looks for the year it is, right? And I kept thinking to myself, why can't we have things like this anymore?
Mhm.
You know, especially that break-in scene where she's going in. Like, man, that's peak. That's
Dude,
amazing.
the scene where what are those things called? Maybe Destro will let us know. Those little pods with the one character in it that has like this dome in it.
Oh, Trouble Bubble?
Double
Yeah.
bubble, yeah.
There's a scene where the trouble bubbles come out during that
Yeah.
scene, and they're like scout, like, you know what I mean, like trying to look for her or look for the intruder, and the way that looks is so awesome. But yeah, Chad, my bad.
Oh no! I love it. Yeah, the character designs, like you guys were saying, are amazing. The look of the movie is good. I mean, the guns are pretty realistic. I mean, the expressions on the face is great. The battle scenes, I will say though, if you are photosensitive, or you got a seizure condition, holy shit! Like I had to start closing my eyes through some of the battle scenes, like the repetitive blasters going, and then I don't like. There's some anime from the 80s, right, that has a lot of flashing lights, but even the power sources in this would have like this flicker of light to it going on and off for like 90 seconds, and I'm like, oh shit. So that was a bit much at times. But it looks great. It's got a kind of a darker feel to it, kind of a dark fantasy weirdness to it, 80s vibe. I love. Um, Structurally, I think it's pretty solid. It's paced pretty well. I will agree with Fable though. I think before the last battle there, what got me was like it was very high stakes, and then they start like they're checking in with these different teams of characters, and you're like you kind of lose it's just kind of a check in. Oh, we're at this point, we're at that point, and also the animation is a bunch of mishmash of different perspectives that kind of threw me out of it. So like I kind of lost that sense of urgency, but then we got back into the big battle, and I'm like, all right, you know,
Yeah.
it's solid, man.
Also, I'm gonna say this: like, it's got the classic GI Joe comic book cartoon tropes. We have an item. Cobra wants item. Cobra takes item. GI Joe has to get item back. Or we could. I used to joke about it and go, wouldn't it be funny if they were just arguing over getting a satellite dish so one of them could watch BET?
Yeah.
We gotta get the BET, broadcast energy transmitter, but no, they just say BET a lot. But I guess that might have been before BET was an actual channel. I'm not sure.
I love that old simple formula though. You can give me that all
No,
day.
I'm not saying, isn't it? It's like, we had the classic Mass Device miniseries, the Weather Dominator. So it's always like there's got to be something that covers covets. So they got this, but it makes sense though. They got the pods. It's going to be this thing to make these. They're going to make Cobra-La great again, I guess, so to speak. Lack of a better term. And so, although there is, it is mainly for a younger audience though at the time. So like, I can overlook the fact that we have reptiles who are usually cold-blooded in the Himalayas, which is probably not, for a reptile species. But I mean, I can get into it, and like Fable talk about, like the animation design, the animation cells, like I guess they use paintings right for the back, like matte paintings for the backgrounds, really great work. It reminded me of like comic book art. I mean, it was up there with some of the matte paintings, I guess. You would see a lot, but Sunbow, I think, was it Sunbow? Did they produce this film?
Yeah, so Sunbow, the animation's done by Toei,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is like they did everything, like One Piece, Voltron, everything. So that's why it's so damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like top notch, especially back then. Like I feel like some of the animation now is kind of soulless. Like
Yeah.
I was flipping through YouTube one time. They have like the free streams, and I saw an Avengers cartoon it's like I guess maybe 5 or 6 years old, 10 years old. Avengers Assemble or something, and the animation it's just so homogenized. You know what I mean? I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
We got he's saying 80s Joe says, hey, Jackson, my spirit animal, referring to hero's journey. Which character was the trickster in the movie?
That's a good question. I mean, you got Zorana kind of playing a fake woman. Maybe that. I think you could have. Let's see, who was a comic like? Yeah, good question. That's a good question.
I don't know. Maybe like any of the Roughnecks. Those guys were kind of. I just like how Big Lob and Tunnel Rat celebrate after they beat the obstacle course. Just so you got like Beachhead's kind of the perfect straight man for that, right? He's like you know, get you guys, and I just thought that was hilarious and like. And then like Law and Order, like Law, when he's like, I'm gonna let the dog go get the bomb. He goes, I told you to get the bomb. He's like, oh well, we tried it. He says, he finds the bombs and I drive. We tried it the other way around, but it didn't work out too great. I don't know. But yeah, I just really like the whole feel of the movie, like, and like the intro. Yeah, probably if you are prone to have seizures, you might have to turn away a few times for sure, especially all the laser battles and stuff.
That's one of the biggest tropes of G.I. Joe, right? Like tons of laser fire, nobody gets hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody ever used to watch the sitcom Community. But there's a hilarious episode when he shoots Destro's parachute up and they're all like, What? What's wrong? We're supposed to shoot him. They're terrorists. Well, that's what they used to say about the Larry Hama written comic series in the 80s. Nobody was safe. Like there was like death all the time on there and people getting hurt. So like there was like one issue later on, he wiped out like 5 characters in like one issue. Hey madam, how you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. But yeah, so we'll move on to the music, and it's not just the opening music. I'll kind of start with this one. The opening music is just like I guess as the young people would say, well, maybe the young people 10 years ago, is a banger. But like the one thing about like the music overall, like, and it's like in the cartoon, I could listen to a loop of like the music they like, like all that stuff, like, and that I don't know what it is, but like that synth like drone or whatever they use for covers, like or something like that. I like all that stuff, like, and like the music they use in the sequence for Pythonians breaking into the Terrordrome. That's awesome too. But Jeff, what do you think of the music in this film?
Obviously, I recognize a lot of it from it seems like from the cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music was good. It fit the certain types of scenes, and I think it added to your anxiety when it was supposed to, and all that stuff. But I love the sound design of G.I. Joe. And I have a question for the panel. I wanted like your guys' thought. When it comes to the generic G.I. Joe rifle, that beige one, and the generic Cobra Soldier rifle, the black machine gun looking one, whose laser blast sounds better, the Joe's or Cobra's?
Good question.
Joe's to me.
All right.
I found Cobra's annoying a little bit. I don't know why. It's a little bit more higher pitch to me.
I like the G.I. Joe one.
I've never noticed the difference.
I don't think I did either.
But
I liked Cobras for some reason. I love that. Dum.
Well, you know what?
Fan, so yeah.
It gives me, you know what? Though it does give me. I wasn't really thinking of the difference too until he brought it up. But you know what? It gives me an excuse it gives me an excuse to play this this clip, I guess.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Now you know. All right.
The more you know.
All right. Where are we at? Oh, Mark, what do you think of the music?
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely matches up with the standard GI Joe, music. It's pretty great. It works pretty well. The opening theme is definitely awesome. And you certainly miss it when they go to the DIC and they have that really got to get tough theme instead,
Yeah, I hated that. Oh my God, that was like the decline of Western civilization.
Yeah.
that cartoon.
I use the theme song to in most of my videos. And oddly enough, it is not. They don't copyright it, so they don't
Really.
They don't care if you use it. Yeah, you can pretty much use for the most part even clips from GI Joe as long as they're not a certain length. I never get hit. The Warner Brothers is the worst, man. They hit you with freaking everything. Anything you do, Warner Brothers will fuck you.
And I think he will too.
Disney, I've had okay luck with anything Avengers and Star Wars. I haven't had a problem. Maybe other Disney shit, but man, anything Warner Brothers, they're brutal.
I used to play a clip of Macho Man Randy Savage talk about the cream will rise to the top, and I got a claim every time.
From Come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I like what's the point? But I play one of Ric Flair, never get a claim. So I don't think they care about WCW. But that's another story altogether. They put all of the WCW stuff for free on YouTube. So they're like, we don't give a crap about this stuff. We'll just put it out there. Fable, what do you think of the music?
Well, the music is just an extension of the show, right? It's fantastic. The music, I don't know. I think they use the same producers or the same director of sound or music for Transformers and G.I. Joe. I think they share a lot of the same voice actors. So I think I absolutely love the music of G.I. Joe and Transformers. Like, I think that's some of the best produced stuff, just period. Like, if you ever listen to the soundtracks, like they have these where they have the music from the show.
The score,
the score on these records, and they're fantastic. They're well produced. They're a lot better than they have any right being. And of course the opening theme. I mean that dun 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 dun, dun that shit was hot, man, when it came out. I would you talk about burning out the tape. I would rewind the first 2 or 3 minutes of this movie constantly just to hear that beginning song. My only gripe is that I wish they had more original music, right? Because I'm such a big fan of the Transformers movie, and that movie is chock full of like metal and all these original songs and stuff. And I think they do it for the beginning of this movie, but then they just use like stock cartoon music, which is still fantastic. I'm not knocking it.
I think maybe they were pulling back a little bit on the purse strings for their production value by the time Transformers came out and didn't do as well as they hoped it would at the box office.
But imagine like they would have got Vince Dicola to do the music for G.I. Joe. Holy shit, we would have had some bangers on there.
No, absolutely. So, Will, what do you think of the music?
It's solid. It's solid throughout, but like everyone said, the intro's a banger. Intro's a banger.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch that intro like right now. I could watch after the show. I watch at least once a month on YouTube or something.
The only thing I've wrong with the intro is you see a paratrooper's butt shot, but that's it.
Right. It got coming down on you. It's kind of funny.
I'm like, bruh, what the hell? But other than that, it's great.
I feel like I don't know if anybody else is familiar. Like remember Major Blood, but like when they're yelling Cobra and that guy goes Cobra, it sounds like Major Blood. I don't know if it's Major Blood or not. He's not really in the movie much.
But that's all I got.
Actually. Yeah,
that's all I got.
All right, thanks, Will. Chad, what do you think of the music?
I like the music. It's very reminiscent of the time. It's a lot of fun. The high energy, and then like the kind of synth stuff to create the tension. But like Jeff was saying, I think where it really shines is the sound design. The explosions sounded great. They had a different like sound set for the organic things versus the inorganic things. Like blasters sounded different. There was machine beeps. There was okay, the added element of almost added a gross out factor to me with some of the creatures. You know, they had like holes, ports basically that an amoeba really would have, and
Yeah.
there was this like squelching weird, like you're playing with silly putty or a swamp bubbling, and I was like, it just added a whole nother layer to the film that I loved.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the sound design and all of it. I mean, I thought like also like one thing you have to look out for in animation, if it's pitch poor animation, like the voices, the mouths don't sync up real good. Like, I don't know if you ever remember I've seen old clips of. I mean, I was too young for it, but there was like a animated Marvel show in the '60s. I've seen clips of it. It's just bad. It's just so bad. It's like a picture and it's like a mouth moving. It's not. I don't know. It's just a step up from having somebody's mouth over like the old '60s cartoon Clutch Cargo, which was just they put a person's mouth in the little part where the person's face was at. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, and it kind of takes you back to that scene in Pulp Fiction when it's that crazy. What's he say, Jeff? In the Pulp Fiction, he's watching that Butch as a kid. He's watching that cartoon. And it's got the totem pole. Totem pole been here forever.
That totem pole been there forever.
Yeah, so it's kind of. I don't know why I thought of that. My mind goes in drifts to weird places in my head. All right. All right. Now let's talk about the overall themes of this movie. I think we've already talked about it, so we might not have to elaborate much more on that. But if you want to, Jeff, you feel free to.
The theme. I think Destro cleaned that up as much as there's nothing I could really add to that. There was the Falcon redemption arc in there, but yeah, to me it was a fun kids cartoon right when I was a kid in the '80s, and I freaking loved it, and that's good enough for me.
All right. You guys don't have to elaborate if you don't want to, but Mark, what do you think of the overall theme? What the movie's trying to tell us?
Yeah, it's basically about an asshole who changes from not being an asshole. You know, pretty good theme for a cartoon for kids. I think you'd probably expect a theme at all. You know, like is there a theme in the Transformers movie? I'm struggling to see one. So yeah, I think that's pretty. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know.
Yeah. No, I think the overall theme of the Transformers movies is traumatized children.
Yeah.
Fable, what do you think the theme of this movie is?
Well, I mean, it's absolutely about the economy and the war economy and
industrial war machine.
Yeah, the military complex.
The industrial military complex.
Versus then there's really no theme. I mean,
the theme was buy more toys.
Yeah, that's the theme. The theme is look at this cool shit. You're gonna love it.
Succeeded.
And then I did. They got me. I wanted a Nemesis Enforcer toy that day. If I could have one, I'd buy one.
Hey, I still have my Chuckles and Tunnel Rat. It's 3/4 inch. Figures over somewhere. So the knees are a little bit are loose, you know. Can't really stand them up no more, but I still have it. So.
Oh wait, there's one more theme I just thought of. If you slap a girl's ass and she slaps you and she doesn't like it, just wait a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. And like it's kind of got that typical '80s like theme too. Like this guy's an asshole halfway through the movie. He sees the error of his ways.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. It's kind of like they got that old '80s formula. Like this guy, I really hate this guy, but the end of the show, you're like, hey, save the day. The guy comes around and realizes he has to work together with a team. So I guess also it's like teaching you teamwork and stuff. Will, are you there?
Yeah.
What do you think the overall theme of the movie is?
Redemption, because Falcon was an asshole and then he saves the day. And also, like Jeff said, buy more toys.
Yeah, damn right.
That's all.
Chad, what do you think?
Yep. Like you guys said, I think it's redemption, responsibility, duty, or not doing your duty. Man, the Joes really got to work on their security. When they
really
have
do.
two different women break in with just a wig on, like you got to work on that shit, guys.
You gotta work.
Yeah, you know how many times Baroness has tricked them? I mean, it's crazy.
Fairness could trick me. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's also like if Baroness, if there was a frumpy, like kind of Karenish kind of woman that showed up in a G.I. Joe cartoon, 9 out of 10 times it's Baroness.
Yeah.
So just watch out for that. Just
Yeah, I don't know about like themes beyond that, but I did notice like other stories, kind of like what Destro was saying with the apocalypse stuff. Like I kept thinking H.G. Wells with the Morlocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
Or like the quest for the sword or the quest for the cup. You got to go for that. Go get that Grail item, to save the world or whatnot.
Also, another theme of the movie is I believe the Green Berets in the 1980s need to up their standards because
Right.
I don't know if they would let that guy in the Green Berets for real. I'm really just stuck on that for some reason. I don't know. Can you imagine, like, those YouTube channels where they'll have a veteran or a military expert going and talk about how accurate is this movie to the military?
Yeah.
I'd love to see him do this and be like, well, definitely that guy's not going to be a Green Beret. And then, like, I think, who was it last night? I think it was Aaron was watching. It was my friend Aaron who's in the chat. Or was it Will or something? Why do they not have the same uniform? I'm like, well, G.I. Joe's kind of like, no, you just it's kind of like Casual Friday every day in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And also, I guess the other theme is also, like Jeff said, buy toys.
Yeah. You could also say, I was just thinking about this while you guys were talking. You could talk about complacency, right? The Joes are kind of complacent. They're used to defeating Cobra, and then you got this ancient evil that reawakens, the sleeping giant, right? That comes back, almost like the sins of man, right? Because according to Globulus, they got chased off because man kind of took over, right? In the barbaric days or whatever, and they were forced into the mountains. So they're back for their revenge. It's like like a sleeping giant. Like they're getting their revenge after years, and Joe's gotten complacent. So I don't know. That's what I pulled out my ass, man. What do you think?
That's pretty good, man. That's good.
Yeah. It was the organic versus the inorganic, right?
Ooh,
Like that's why they got
There you
drove
go.
off, was they
true.
couldn't stand all the inorganic crap the man had put out. So that's where I kind of got the eco terror thing from.
I got to agree with what Bobby said. He goes, it's like Cheech and Chong's band. Their uniforms are like the same but different. Yeah,
There you go.
we reviewed that on our friend Robbie the other day on 420 was that was kind of fun. But yeah, I don't know if there's any overall theme, but we could probably find anything. Fable did a good job of pulling that one out of his ass. I believed him.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I'll say I guess we'll just go ahead and rank it or rate it. I'll go last, but I'm going to be pretty biased on it. I'm not going to be like very critical of it. This is not going to be like at the movies with Roger or Ebert and Siskel and Ebert. Oh God, I can't even talk right now. All right, Jeff, I want you to rank the film 1 to 5. What do you rank G.I. Joe the movie?
Well, I give it a 5 because I love it. It's one of my childhood movies, my favorite.
So 5, right up there with Casablanca and
But I actually like GI Joe the movie better than Casablanca.
fair enough.
Yeah, Joe.
If I'm being
Good
honest.
taste.
Be like, well, no, I don't know. Maybe if we could have Falcon tell Jeeks, you got to get on that plane. You will regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. All right, but the rest of your life. All right. So Jeff gives it a 5. Mark, what do you rate it?
Yeah, also biased. And I think, yeah, probably not. You can compare it to, like, if you compare it to the other movies of the era, it's definitely better than them. Like, I'm sorry, you're doing Transformers next week. It's better than the Transformers movie. That's my hot take. I just think it's better. The Transformers movie's kind of boring. I think it's a little boring. I know that might be harsh, and Transformers fans might reject, but it's a little boring. And then you got Rodimus, and you're like, who gives a shit about Rodimus? Nobody wants Rodimus.
I agree with that point.
Duke,
I
no
agree
one
with
cares
that.
about. Like, everybody's like, fine, there's 40 other characters I care about. So I think as far as comparison to all of the other, like, compared to like He-Man's the one movie, the She-Ra movie, right?
Yeah.
Or the My Little Pony, it's way better than all of them. It's definitely better than all of them.
Everybody,
I'm
all
gonna give it a 5.
Transformers fans, send your hate mail to Destros My Spirit.
That's all right. Hey, listen, man. We all have our thing, right? He's wrong, but we all have
Right. Did you give it a 5?
Yeah, I give it a 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, in comparison to other movies of its type, I think it's the best.
All right, Fable, what do you rank it?
all right. So if I had to rate it on the intro alone, it'd be a 5. Those first 3 minutes is a 5.
The 10.
It is even better than Transformers for sure. I love Transformers the movie, but I can't lie. That Joe intro is sick. But it's not my favorite animated movie, even for its time. Just personally, maybe I don't have the attachment to the property like you guys do. I do love G.I. Joe. I mean, it is part of just as much as He-Man, just as much as the Thundercats. I love all of that shit. Animation-wise, movies of the time. I mean, I just watched what's that? It's not House of Castle. What's the one with Jesus Christ? The Studio Ghibli film with the fucking trees and shit like that.
Spirited Away, maybe, or
no.
Princess Mononoke.
Which one?
Secret of the Nim?
No, I know it's a newer property. I know what he's talking about, but I can't remember the title.
No.
Yeah, it came out around
the
this
80s,
time
so.
as well. You know what I mean? And that movie is just fucking
Nausicaa?
It might be Nausicaa.
Okay.
It might be Nausicaa.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That came around that time.
Around that time, yeah. It's absolutely masterful. And there's a few animated movies, but rose tinted glasses and shit like that. I love this movie. I can't say it. So I'm gonna give it I think it's a solid 4, but I'm gonna give it the nostalgia bump.
Yeah.
4.5 because this is a movie I cannot not watch. Right? If it's on, I'm gonna watch it. And to be honest, I must have seen it about a good fucking 50 times in my life already. So that's got to give it that gives it some points there. So for me, I'll give it a 4.5. Not quite perfect for me, but
it is not perfect.
Yeah, that's true. Will, if you're there, what is your rating?
I is here.
You is here.
I give it a 4.
Okay, fair enough. You're never allowed back again. All right. Well, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm kidding.
Pretty good.
Chad, what do you rank it?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I revisited it. It's not a perfect film. It's probably not something I would repeat watch, and I've not watched it since I was young. So it would be hard for me to give it a 5. but again, it was fun. I loved it. So I'm gonna go with Fable on that one and give it a 4.5. Like with the nostalgia bump, it was fun. I loved the character designs, just how freaking weird it was. Like it brought me back to other things. Never Ending Story is another one that popped in my head. Just the weird 80s. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go ahead and I might as well it's just a formality. I'm gonna give it a 5, obviously. I've seen this movie probably 100 times. I wore that tape out. And then I got a normal tape up, like one you purchase at a store, and like VHS were not cheap back then. I begged my mom to give me that,
Yeah.
So I got that, and I remember even having remember they'd have the VHS come out with like the 3 episodes on it or something you could get.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of those, but yeah, they always had odd. I don't know why the children's like VHS cases are always bigger than like the normal video VHS, but anyway. God, I don't know. Sometimes I just drift. I may be having some kind of episode here. I better watch out. But yeah, I obviously it's a 5, and it's just total nostalgia. Like probably not my best thumbnail title, but I was just like your childhood rewatch. So that's basically sums it up for me. To watch this movie is like a trip down. Like I remember me and my cousin Brian would watch this movie and play with the toys, and like I had the Teardrome and all the accoutrements that come with that, and Serpentor, and like we had a good time. We may or may not have had Pythonia breaking in to the Terradrome and done all that fun stuff, God, but yeah, I played with them so hard. All those toys are just. I have to get spare parts for them. So anybody knows where I get any spare parts for those toys, and I may have a few spare parts for you guys. But Terradrome, I have pieces of a box, but I don't know where the husk of it's at. Now I'm digressed again. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty great movie overall for me. It's the trip down memory lane, and I could watch it at least. I probably watch it at least twice a year if I'm bored or something. It's like comfort food. Like when you're having a bad week or it's snowing outside, you can't get out. It's something you just put on and go, yeah. It's like it's not going to let you down. So yeah, that's the best way to put it. Well, before we get out of here, I'd like to thank all my guests for being here. But I'm gonna spotlight all of you, and we'll talk about what you got coming up. I know Jeff usually just are my partner in crime, but
Yep. Yes,
you can tell them what we got coming up next week, because we're going to be reviewing another. We're going to be actually we don't review it. We just straight up go on here and read an issue of Joe. We're going to do all 155 issues. So if anybody ever wants to show up and do it with us, you can. We just record it, but I think we're going to be recording this one, Jeff. You can tell them about. What we're doing.
Yeah, it's usually every Monday, but sometimes things happen. Yeah. But every Monday we do it, and we just kind of Matt does the reading, and I just kind of throw in commentary here and there. It's for me, it's just a fun thing to do with a fellow GI Joe enthusiast. So, but it's if you like that kind of thing, it'd probably be cool to come hang out, or if you want to come on, be on.
And well, a funny story before we go to Mark here. We were recording one yesterday, and my internet was acting crazy. Well, so I have to go to another page to I'm looking at what I'm sharing the screen, right? So I'm just reading along. I'm getting into it too. I'm doing like voices. I'm doing a Cobra Commander voice. I got a Destro voice going on. I've even got a Cajun accent going on for a Gung Ho. And I realized that I've been reading to myself for 8 minutes before I realized I've been reading from the backstage. All right. So anyway.
And everyone's never mind. Yeah.
It's all right. So what do you got coming up on Destro's My Spirit Animal, Mark?
Oh, so I just put out a video on Voltron, the mythology of Voltron, and then I did one I watched Go Lion, Beast King Go Lion, and I put out a video today about the most disturbing shit in Beast King Go Lion. That was kind of fun. that thing's fucked up, man. That's a mess. It's good. But yeah, I think I'm doing Sectors next.
Oh, hell
mythology of Sectors.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to put your link in the chat for anybody that's not subscribed. I don't know what you're waiting for. pretty awesome content over there. And I will be there with him on the. Well, I'll talk about it. I'll be there with you on the 25th. So I can't wait for it. I
Nice.
really appreciate you inviting me because I got a lot of things to say about this. I'm kind of like a newer to getting into collecting the classified and stuff, but I have a few thoughts on this these new toy lines. So
Nice.
all right, Fable, what you got coming up? I know what you got coming up, but why don't you tell everybody else?
Well, first, thanks for inviting me tonight. Love revisiting these old gems, these old 80s cartoon gems that I grew up on. I like to throw in my hat right now. I want to see Globulus in the classified line. I don't know if he came out, but we gotta complete that trio, man, so I can go get all three of them. Pay eBay prices for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, need that. What else? This Friday, we're back on my show, the Absolute Blank Fable Show on my channel, One Collection Down, 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, where we hang out, talk about the latest topics in pop culture and comics, and then we show off a bunch of crap. So it's a glorified show and tell. But come hang out Friday night.
We all blame Fable for us.
We may or may not drink a little. We may or may not partake.
There you go, man. Cheers.
There you go.
I actually do blame Fable for the fact that he told me that on Hasbro Pulse you can pre-order stuff and it doesn't charge your card until it comes out. So it's all your fault, Fable. All right.
Yeah, and then Joe is back here next Wednesday, man, for the greatest 80s cartoon ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good segue there. There you go.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, lots of fun with you guys always hanging out doing this stuff, man. Can't wait to do it again.
All right, and here's his link in the chat. I'm trying to drop all the links of my guests. Jeffrey says, I don't care. He says, I don't even really. But I'll put your link in there too, Jeff. I don't want to leave you out. Will, what you got coming up on your channel, or where will you be at? And I think you up there. I'm gonna put your link in the chat.
Right. Last week in my OCS, the first 10 customers got a mystery swag bag. I'll be showing that off on a video coming up either this weekend or early next week. And I'm on a lot of different shows during the week.
All right, Will is kind of like a nomad. He goes and hangs out. He likes to hang out with everybody. He's kind of like always. He's our guy. He's our constant guy everywhere. He's like our North Star, I guess. I don't know if that's
I try.
All right, Chad.
The support floater.
Yeah, I'm gonna. He's a social butterfly. That's what I meant.
Yes.
Chad, what do you got coming up? I'm gonna drop your link in the chat right now.
Appreciate it. First off, thanks for having me. It was great to meet you, Destro, and to all you guys tonight. I always have fun. You're quickly becoming my friends. I love hanging out with you. Well, you already are. You know what I mean? But I'm really excited. Friday, I'm going to be on the Blame Fable show. I caught the replay. Looks like you guys had a great show. I urge anyone to catch the replay. So that's Friday at 9. And then beyond that, I will be on Kingdom of Nerds, his claim sale on the 16th and 30th. And then I've dropped some of my own stuff. I'm on all the socials. Check me out, please. I appreciate any of the support. And I'm on YouTube and eBay. But most of all, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, Chad. Anytime, man. Well, I got a few things coming up. I'd have a lot of. I'll just put it this way: I have a lot of shows. But next week I will be. This is what the movie will be next week. Of course, we already talked about it. I have a new show on Saturdays, where I go live and for like an hour. I think it's like 1 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock Eastern, and I'll talk about what I read this week, what I picked up this week. I said it's not doing those comic haul videos because nobody watches that crap anyway. So
I like them.
And well, I mean, nobody watches mine. Is what I'm trying to say. The only thing they care about is like, oh, I got a CGC submission. What grade did I get? They really care about those videos, but I don't really submit a lot of books, so the grading. But so anyway, so that show where I'll talk about that, and I'll give a few recommendations for people if they're willing to listen to me. Although they might not like my taste in movies and TV shows, but yeah. But anyway, my mom's yelling at me over here. They love you, Matt. All right, thanks, Mom.
We do.
All right. Yeah, I'm the stereotypical comic book nerd. I live with my mom. Yep. Okay. Anyway, but I'm disabled, so I'm not making an excuse, but that's probably why I live there. All right. Anyway,
And you're not in the basement.
I'm not in the basement. No, I'm in the.
You got it.
And then Friday, I do a series on Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern where I review upcoming series. And this week, the video comes out at 4 p.m. Eastern on Friday. I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Absolute Green Arrow series, and a little interesting. Guess who the Absolute Green Arrow could be, because they killed Ollie off already in the Absolute Universe. So I don't know. Yeah, there's some interesting theories out there, but I'm not going to share them here with you. You have to watch the video Friday to find out what my theories are. So you got to keep the people guessing, right?
I want to refund.
I actually have a thumbnail for this one. Oh no, I have a show tomorrow night at 7. We do a thing we're called Comic Classifieds, the first of it for the Comic Lounge. So you can check that out. And we're going to be giving away a book. We're giving away I Hate Fairyland Invincible variant, sponsored by my homie from Whatnot, Memo 420. And then the Sunday comic book show preview show, Sunday Super Show Extravaganza. I just like to use the word extravaganza. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And then I guess that's it for now. God, that's a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
I might as well have my own network. This is like the Fox network here at Hero Star Comic Club. But remember, no basement for me. So remember, before we go, if you happen to be in the military, you're an elite military anti-terrorism unit, don't take your date into a classified area. It could be Sardarana or Baroness or somebody disguised. So you might, you could get in trouble, get court-martialed, and you might not be as lucky as Falcon was. Although I don't know how lucky he was, but he just got to go to day camp with Sergeant Slaughter for a while. So it should have been okay for a Green Beret. I don't know why he complained so much, but anyway, that's it for the show. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, yo Joe.